In 2014, Cape May County is going to focus on road and bridge improvements. Find out which projects are slated to begin next on the Cape May County Report.
From NBC 40 News, this is Forum 40, the Cape May County Report.
Welcome to the Cape May County Report. I'm Lenora Bonafonte, Cape May County Communications Director. And joining me today is Freeholder Morey and Cape May County Engineer Dale Foster. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Freeholder Morey, you've been Freeholder for 2 years now. And as Freeholder, you're the Director of Planning, Economic Development, Education, and Transportation Infrastructure. Economic development has been the focus of your administration for the past 2 years. Tell us why that's so important to Cape May County.
Well, it's important to everyone in Cape May County from a quality of life perspective, not only from a jobs opportunity standpoint, but also for businesses. You know, we want our businesses in Cape May County to thrive, and we live in a difficult environment with respect to with tourism, which is of course our #1 industry. But when we look at other opportunities, it's a more difficult challenge before us. But it's one that's really worth really putting effort behind.
Now, for years we've heard economic development talked about as much needed in Cape May County, but there really hasn't been a focus on it. What focus are you putting on it now?
Well, we're looking at a number of things, and I've always felt that in Cape May County, there's not one big industry or one giant, one sort of solution, silver bullet as it were. We're going to need to look at a number of areas. One of the areas is the airport. We've been able just to start initiatives with the Delaware River Bay Authority on development of the airport. A historic district has been delineated for the airport, which really sets the rules in place for how the rest of the airport can be developed. That was under litigation for a number of years and really stalled development of the airport. So I think that's an important area. Aquaculture is a great opportunity for us in Cape May County, and specifically the oyster industry is something that is really up and coming. There's a new cooperative being formed, and we see from a county perspective that we can aid that industry. We've met with individuals that are forming that co-op, and we're in active dialogue with them now. The winery area is another really exciting area for Cape May County, and Cape May County has a type of climate that will enable us to have a special viticultural designation, we think, and we're going to be pursuing that as well. So those are just a few, but again, there's many aspects I think that it takes to really approach economic development in Cape May County.
Well, we've seen the past couple of years the growth in the wine industry, how it seemed to explode in Cape May County once it hit the scene. And now when you look at these other new industries, you feel there's the possibility for the same to happen with them.
Absolutely. The oyster industry to me is on a launch pad. A lot of hard work, a difficult industry for sure, but they easily could be 10 and 20 times the production that they have now. And the Cape May oyster, as a result of the Delaware Bay and just the general sort of circumstances involved with that area, is a very high quality restaurant grade oyster as well. So it's really an exciting opportunity, and it's absolutely an example of the type of industry that the county should be focusing attention on.
Now, when you started talking about economic development, you said that the airport was an important piece, and of course transportation and economic development kind of go hand in hand in Cape May County as we look to the future. When you look at the Cape May County Airport, there's been some improvements made there. What are you trying to develop at the airport? There's businesses there now that are flourishing.
There are, and certainly, first and foremost, we want the airport to serve its transportation role. And the airport's in excellent condition. The DRBA is doing an outstanding job at managing that aviation asset, and it's really important for the county that they do. But there's a tremendous amount of property there that's available for industrial and other type of commercial uses. We really want to look to aviation uses. You know, we think that with technology, and when we look up the road at the next gen projects going on, we think that there's an opportunity for Cape May County to participate in that as well. Millville has Boeing on field now. We look at just across the Delaware at Georgetown and some of the aviation services they're providing. We think Cape May County has a role as well. But it wasn't until we were able to really address some of these obstacles that we'd really have the opportunity to pursue it, which we're doing now.
So you see it as important for Cape May County for people to be able to come here, not only by car, but also by plane?
Oh, clearly. There's opportunity there. And again, there's a tremendous amount of area at the airport. adjoining a fantastic aviation asset, and we think that there are a number of uses that we should be pursuing there. So part of it is just trying to clean up, as it were, the airport. We've come to terms now in terms of what's historically significant and what can be removed and make way for development, and that was a critically important agreement to come to enable us to move forward.
Well, at the Cape May County Airport, it just received a historic designation on the state level, and you're waiting to hear from a national for it to be a historic district. How important is that to the development of the airport?
I think it's very important, and keep in mind that the district is really a relatively modest footprint. It includes Hangar 1 and Hangar 2, which are the two World War II hangars plus the terminal building. So that comprises the district. The majority of the airport is free from the district area. So we have what I think is a compelling historical, cultural asset at the airport that'll enhance tourism, but we also have tremendous amounts of property that are available for development.
Now, when you have all of these different industries in Cape May County and tourist destinations, it's important for the public to be able to find them once they're here in Cape May County. And one of the projects that Engineer Foster has been working with you on is a wayfinding system in Cape May County. Can you give us an update on that and where we are with the wayfinding in Cape May County?
Sure. We'll share in that. The one thing I'd like to mention, though, is just that what a fantastic opportunity to connect the county. The wayfinding signage is essentially the connecting ribbon to navigate through the county, and it has a certain look that will be contiguous throughout the county as well. So we're really excited about the project, both for the municipalities, for attractions, for areas of historical significance, even bikeways and bike paths that are receiving really tremendous attention now. We're making great progress on connecting routes throughout the county. But Dale, let me ask you to talk more about it.
Yeah, we're with our consultant, we're just finishing up the design development phase. So now we've got everything in place as far as what the signs are going to look like. And now our next step is to start putting the plans together so that we can actually construct some of these signs. In addition to that, we are also seeking out some grant money, because it is, it's not an inexpensive program to go ahead and put these signs together. But so we're working on that. We've got some good leads on possible funding that might be able to cover most of the cost of putting the wayfinding signs together. Hopefully sometime in March we'll have some contract documents together and start looking for fabrication of some of these signs. This will be drawn out over a several-year period of time, but we hope to cover the entire county. Right now we're concentrating on the vehicular signs, but the consultant's going to be making us like a toolbox so that we can use to create additional signs down the road, and it's also going to be able to help us make pedestrian signs. For the foot traffic folks when they're in town, where they can walk around to, and then as the Freeholder mentioned, the bikeways. We got to come up with signage for that. So this will all blend in together, and it's a great program. I'm really excited about this and looking forward to it.
So Freeholder.
I was just going to say, it's not only functional, but it also is connecting. So we have the opportunity to really connect Cape May County as a brand and as a product, and to be able to show our visitors the relationships among these facilities or these places in the county.
So Freeholder, just explain, how does it work? Will the county the county will be doing signs for county entities or directional signs on county roads, and then once you come into a town, the community will have signs that tie into the county signs, so that it's all the same theme, or how will it work?
It's really more comprehensive than that, and it really takes a good cooperation and collaboration between the county and the municipalities. But ideally, we would like that connecting ribbon of signage to be certainly on county roads and connecting to municipalities, but also to go all throughout the municipalities as well. So there's really an advantage for the municipalities to participate in this as well. Dale, would you have anything to add to that?
Definitely, because our consultant came through and they've set up a basic color scheme, for the county, and then there's a palette of colors that municipalities can use to have their own identity on the signs and still keep the county identity there. So it's really a well thought out program for this connectivity.
And I think that's important, so that they keep their identity, but yet it's all seamless to the visitor, because many times the visitor doesn't know if they're in North Wildwood or where they are, but they're all in one area,
Sure, it helps
or
with
that
their
is Cape May County.
It helps with their sense of place in terms of, how do I get from here to there? But it also, I think, reinforces that they're in one place. They're
Yeah.
in Cape May County, because the connecting ribbon of signage, the color palette, the design, the marks on the signage are all compatible.
And when you look at places that are successful, the wayfinding has been an important vehicle in that, in helping with economic development and helping with growth in communities.
It really is. Once again, it really, I think, defines to the visitor a sense of place, and that we are a place, and we're a place worth visiting, and will help you navigate while you're here, and we'll be able to, sort of make your stay and your journey throughout the county more functional. So we think it really reinforces it, not only functionally, but from a brand perspective as well.
Now, Dale, when will we start to see the first of the wayfinding signs up in Cape May County?
Probably not until mid to late summer. Like I said, we were looking at possibly at the end of March, beginning of April, going out to bid with our first contract for this project. And then it's probably going to take about 3 months for the fabrication. These are special signs. We have some gateway signs coming into each of the, as you come into the county, like on the 52 Causeway or down 49 or Route 50. So those are unique signs. And there'll actually be a backlit sign so that you know when you get into Cape May County. So some of these signs will take a little longer to create, and other ones won't be as long. But I expect it, toward the mid to late summer, that we'll be able to get the signs start to be installed. And we're hoping to get the project, the initial project completed before the end of the year.
Now, we talked about signage being important, so people know where they're going, and equally as important is the roads that they travel on, so that they have a safe journey while they're here in Cape May County. And that is the role of the county engineer. Tell us about, you oversee public works for the county. Tell us what's under your umbrella.
The Public Works Department consists of several divisions. We have the engineering department, which is where I headquarters out of, and we do the plans for the capital projects that we do on the roads and bridges. And then we also have the bridge operation group. We have a couple movable bridges, so we have to have bridge operators there. We have the road department, which maintains the roadways. We have fare-free maintenance of vehicles under us. We also have traffic electrical and our traffic signals and bridge electrical division. They handle the maintenance of traffic signals throughout the county and also the electrical systems on the bridges. And then we have what's called the traffic maintenance group, which puts down the pavement markings and the signs, put up the signs that we have throughout the county, as far as, the warning signs, the regulatory signs on no parking and stuff like that. So there's quite a few groups within, and they all, they're all spread out throughout the county, because we have a department or a maintenance yard up in Ocean View. We have a maintenance yard down at the airport. So we're spread out, but we're a sizable group, and they work hard on trying to maintain and keep the infrastructure up to
210 miles of Cape May County roadways?
Exactly, 210 miles of roadway and 27 county bridges and 5 commission bridges. So.
Okay, well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about some projects that are underway to improve those roadways in Cape May County. So stay with us.
How far would you go to build a kingdom? How far to save a species? To shoot the rapids? To bolt at the speed of lightning? How far would you go to live in another century? To share new discoveries? To make the summer last forever? Your journey begins at njsouthernshore.com, New Jersey's Southern Shore region.
How far would you go to discover a new treasure? how far to stand on the edge of the earth, to step back in time, to be amazed? How far would you go to lower your heart rate, to heighten your senses, to breathe, really breathe? Your journey begins at njsouthernshore.com, New Jersey's Southern Shore region.
Welcome back to the Cape May County Report. I'm Lenora Bonafonte, Cape May County Communications Director. And with me now is Freeholder Will Morey and Cape May County Engineer Dale Foster. And we've been talking about economic development and roads and bridges in Cape May County and how they're all tied together. Freeholder, before the break, we were talking a little bit about the engineer's office and the role that they play. One of the big projects now in Cape May County is not necessarily a county project, but more or less a parkway project. People are concerned about the interchanges that are taking place to remove the traffic signals on the Darden State Parkway. It was a long time coming, but we're now in the middle of that process. Tell us about the project,
Sure.
Where you see it now.
Well, as you said, a long time coming, but I think they're making really great progress. I think they're doing a good job of transitioning from the traditional roadway to be able to make the way for construction and still have our visitors be have good access and all. But we're really excited about the project. There are intersections obviously that have been dangerous that we've wanted to see resolved, but also just avoiding those stops and avoiding those traffic backups is really going to be important, I think, to the county. We want all of our visitors as well as our residents, to be able to make their way around the county with minimum delay. And so we're really looking forward to this. We don't want them thinking twice when it comes to visiting Cape May County. We want to make it easy, and provide good service.
Now, Dale, before the roadway is complete, there's a lot of construction yet to take place. Where are we in the process?
Well, shortly after the first of the year, they will start driving the piles for the new overpasses. Now, the parkway is going to go up and over each of the local roads, over Crest Haven Road, over Stone Harbor Boulevard, and Shell Bay Avenue. So that work will start in the very near future here. It's been a long time coming because they've had to do all the diversionary roadways and get them in place, which they were able to get that taken care of in early December. And now they're just setting up, they've been rubbleizing the concrete pavement that's underneath there, and they've been removing stuff so that they can move forward with driving the piles. The piles are already on site, so we're looking forward to getting that, and then you'll start seeing the abutments being built, and then hopefully sometime around summertime you'll start seeing the steel going up for the overpasses. So it's really that they've been working really hard on getting this through. And there's been a lot of utility relocations. People often wonder, why aren't we building the bridges yet? Well, as part of the diversionary road construction, they also had to remove a lot of utilities, water, gas, telephone, Comcast, fiber optic lines. So there's been a lot of work that's behind the scenes that people don't really see, but that's almost all been taken care of by now. So.
Now, of course, it's going to be a few years until it's complete, but it's January. It's hard to think about summer, but as summer approaches, will there be much inconvenience to our visitors as they come down the parkway?
No, there are certain times when they can actually close down a lane or two. Right now they can, because we're in the middle of the winter season and the spring season. But once we get to the summer season, they're really restricted on the number of lanes they can close down. For the most part, particularly the busy part of the season, they will have 3 lanes in each direction open, and that's what they've, the diversionary road was built to handle the 3 lanes. So.
I'm really pleased with how they've handled that. They've done a good job with that. What are we looking at completion now, Dale?
Right now, we're looking at completion prior to the summer of 2016. So they're on target. I mean, and it's a good contractor that's doing the work. So, and we meet every other week. I'm part of the job meetings to go over issues that the locals and the county has with the work. And you got to remember, these local roads that they're going over, they're county roads. So there's a lot of input that the county does have as far as the design and the construction of this project. So.
So you'll keep us updated on that. And one of the other projects that's not a county project, but on the Parkway, I know we always measure where we are in New Jersey by the miles, the mile post on the Parkway. So the
exits.
or exits. So mile zero in Cape May County, there's an $8 million project plan for that. Tell us what that will entail.
Yes, the Turnpike Authority is moving forward with plans to improve mile zero. Right now, there's a traffic signal at mile zero, and then you've got Route 109 coming in, and there's a lot of crashes through there. So between the state Department of Transportation and New Jersey Turnpike Authority, they've come up with a design that they're finalizing now and hope to go out to bid sometime late this year to have construction. And basically what it will be doing is 109 will no longer, right now when you're heading south to get onto the Parkway to go north, you have to go through a U-turn, all right? And you're cutting through lanes of traffic, and that's what makes it difficult to traverse. So now what they're going to be doing is putting a jug handle in so you don't have to traverse through the median. And that will all be brought through the traffic signal and a much smoother transition going into Parkway North. And similarly, they're eliminating the left turn at Ocean Drive and making that a jug handle, just so that they can move more traffic through the signal there going into the city of Cape May. So it's a project that will be up. We'll hear more about it this summer as they finalize the design of the project.
Now, there are a number of county projects that are either in the design, planning, or construction phase, so we're going to talk about some of them. And the first project we're going to talk about is not your typical road project, but it's a bike path in Diamond Beach in the Wildwoods. Tell us about that project.
Sure, and you'll be hearing more and more emphasis on bikeway projects, and the county is looking to support those through some of its open space initiative as well. But this is an exciting project where one will be able to ride the entire island of the Wildwoods from the inlet, the Hereford Inlet, all the way into just the fantastic Cape May Wildlife Refuge. And currently, so the bikeway will connect, and there'll be a new entranceway that'll be cut into the refuge, so folks will be able to either enter by foot or by bike easily and safely. Currently, they're having to route back onto a busy road to be able to get there. So we're really excited about that project. And this is all about, obviously, we want to have vehicular access be efficient, but to the extent that we can, or circulation, to the extent that we can cut down on the number of cars, in this resort area driving, we'd like to do that. And certainly bicycles are part of the way of doing that.
And also, many tourists come and they bring their bikes with them, and that's something they want to do while they're on vacation. So the easier we can make it for them to continuously ride their bike.
There's so much focus on that on the county now, and I'm really excited about it. The municipalities are participating in a really enthusiastic way. And you're right, folks bring their bikes down to ride, but really, until the last few years, I don't think there's been the type of focus on making it really safe and as conducive to those bicycles as it really could be. So the county's really involved in this now, as are the municipalities.
Now, Dale, another project that's underway in Ocean City involves reducing West Avenue, and that's also part to have a bike lane. Tell us about that.
Yes, one of the issues with the county section of West Avenue is it's 4 lanes, and we do have bike lanes there, but people trying to cross the road, a pedestrian trying to cross the road, it is somewhat difficult because you've got to cross 4 lanes of roadway plus the 2 bike lanes. So Ocean City has approached us and asked us if we would look into reducing the number of travel lanes there from 4 to 2. And by doing that, we've looked at it, and by doing that, we're able to put buffers around the bike lanes to make it a little safer. Because one of the things that Ocean City was desiring to do is having a bikeway that's separated from the roadway. They were looking at an old railroad trestle, using that to as a bike way, but unfortunately, because of environmental concerns and the permitting that they would have to do to get that, it doesn't seem feasible. So, so now we're back to looking at West Avenue. So what we're going to do is put like 2 to 3 foot buffers on either side of the bike ways that we have there, on West Avenue. So it'll make it more conducive for families to ride their bikes up and down West Avenue. And then also, hopefully, will make it safer for pedestrians to cross West Avenue. So it's currently in the design phase right now, and we hope to be under construction and have it restriped before we get too late in the summer season.
Yeah, it's a really good project, and I think it's a funny word, Dale. What do you call that? What are you doing to the road there?
It's a road diet.
It's a road diet.
It's slimming down.
Put that in. So diet. So as we start in January, and we're talking about everyone's on a diet, so we're on a road diet. Okay. Some other improvements in Ocean City. We'll see improvements on 17th Street and Bay Avenue from 6th to 18th Street in Ocean City. Also in the Wildwoods. Tell us about New Jersey Avenue.
We're under design for the second phase of New Jersey Avenue in the city of Wildwood, from Youngs Avenue to 26th Street. Last year we did from Cressy Avenue to Youngs Avenue, so we're looking to carry on and improve that section of roadway, upgrade the traffic signals, make them pedestrian friendly, also make them ADA compatible. We have a lot of ADA issues, Americans with disabilities issues down there, because you've got some some clustered housing down there, so you've got a lot of seniors that are on wheelchairs that can't use the sidewalks because they're full height curbs, so they can't get up on the sidewalks. So so by putting in these handicap ramps and making the traffic signals more compatible for the people with disabilities, it will make it a much friendlier location to traverse.
We only have a few minutes left, but bridges. Bridges are important. Cape May County, big bridge project, Townsend's Inlet, over $4.5 million project. Tell us about briefly some of the bridge projects.
The Townsend's Inlet project is one that's coming up real quick. We're looking to close the bridge in February, and we're going to be doing structural repairs to bring that bridge back up to where it will support a 15-ton vehicle, and also to support New Jersey Transit buses. A year or so ago, the weight restriction was reduced from 15 tons to 3 tons, and New Jersey Transit could no longer use that, and we had a public outcry because there were several people in the southern end of Sea City that relied on New Jersey Transit buses, and now they don't have the access to that, so we're trying to get that back. So we're doing the structural repairs this winter season, and then next winter season we'll be doing the mechanical repairs.
And also repairs down in Lower Township, Cape May, over those bridges there.
Yes, we had 2 bridges slip into what's called the structurally deficient category because of some deterioration that's occurred over the last couple of years. So we're looking at doing Upper Thoroughfare Bridge, which is right next to the fishing fleet on Ocean Drive between Cape May and Diamond Beach. We've got some erosion around one of the abutments has caused some problems there. And then we're also looking to do the Lafayette Street Bridge going into Cape May. That's actually an old movable bridge, and underneath the roadway is the machinery room, and some of the components in there are starting to deteriorate where we need to make some quick repairs on that. So both those projects should be underway next winter season.
Okay, well, there are so many projects underway in Cape May County, final stages of Superstorm Sandy projects, finally getting them done. If you want to hear more about the projects that are taking place in Cape May County that you have planned, they could come hear you in detail at the Transportation Conference on March the 18th. At the Cape May County Administration Building at 10 a.m. Find out more on our website, capemaycountygov.net. Until next time, I'm Lenora Bonafonte. See you on the Cape May County Report. Thank you for joining us.